Yeah, hi Dan. Well, the inquest heard from Nicky's partner, sister and parents here today, all struggling through tears as they described the person they lost. Now, they said she had experienced problems with anxiety, fatigue and alcohol, but that in January of this year, her life was back on track. She was happy, healthy and excited about the future. So despite everything else that swirled around this story, they always believed that her death was an accident.
You ready?
The happy memories of videos and photos, but today the desperately sad end to Nicola Bulley's story. The coroner's conclusion that her death was an accident. He listed her time of death as 9:22 a.m. on Friday the 27th of January. That's the moment her smartwatch recorded a sudden spike in heart rate, consistent, he said, with cold water shock. The inquest heard that Nicola Bulley fell into the River Wyre at a point at which it was more than 4 metres deep, and on a day when the water was almost freezing cold. She would have drowned within seconds. Her partner Paul was among those who paid tearful tribute to her at the inquest. Afterwards, the family's solicitor spoke outside.
The emotional impact will stay long in our hearts, and whilst we will never forget the loss of our Nicky, we will forever remember her as the brilliant mum, partner, daughter and sister that we all knew and loved so very much.
But there was another message from the family about the rumour, speculation and suspicion that grew around the case and continues today.
It's upsetting that we've continued to receive negative targeted messages and still wildly inaccurate speculation being shared on numerous platforms. We encourage people to look at the facts, the evidence which is being heard during the inquest, and the conclusion reached by the coroner.
A conclusion then for Nicky's family, who released a previously unseen photo of her this afternoon. But even the coroner couldn't establish what caused the accident, why Nicky entered the water that day. And that is it. That is something we will just never know. Did she trip? Did she fall? Did she perhaps become dizzy? The coroner said there's no clear evidence pointing to one thing. He, of course, ruled out suicide. He ruled out any third-party involvement, any foul play. But what caused the accident, what caused Nicky to enter the water that day, is the one part of her story that can't be told.
Peter, thank you very much for that.